It's Vinnie, Parise.
All right.
Yeah. This is Game Day Live. Coming to you live from Taj Lounge, 97335 Edison Place. I'm here with Chico Resch. Vinnie is in Chicago. Game 82, Chico. Game 82.
Game fast, isn't it, guys?
Very fast.
And it's really disappointing when there's no game 83 or 84 or 85 or 86 or however many you're going to get in the playoffs. It's been a tremendously disappointing season for everybody. I'm sure the players feel that way as well.
Yeah. Vinnie, how are you, my friend? We're eating the catfish. Well, at least I'm eating the catfish here at Taj Lounge 973. What are you eating, Vinnie?
You know, it's still only 5 o'clock here, so I'm not eating anything yet. I have a little bit of an echo through the restaurant.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Is that better?
Haven't thought about what I'm eating yet. I'm very excited for the last game of the season. I'm very excited to have Chico on the show as always. It's been a blast all season long as far as the content has been concerned. But the play on the ice, we got a little bit of room for improvement. I think Chico would agree.
Not only do I agree, you guys know I'm truthful. No, Vinny, we don't have room for a little improvement. We got to have some major improvement. We aren't like 2 points out of a playoff spot. Don't get me wrong. And it starts with Mackenzie Blackwood. We just got off the road, and Mackenzie and I are good friends. And I said, Mackenzie, you need to claim this team. Mackenzie, this is yours. Don't go 10 years and look back and say, I said, I believe this. Mackenzie Blackwood at 80 or 85%, even if he's a little injured or sick, he's better than most goalies. That guy's physical package is one of the best in the National Hockey League. Yes, he's got to get a little more drive, a little more, some things sorted out. But Vinny and Sam, that's what we talked about. And he told me some of the most encouraging things. I finally said, like he's 25. I said, okay, this guy finally wants it. And so we'll see starting tonight. I thought he played well in Ottawa, but he's absolutely one of the keys going forward to next year.
Chico, you just kind of sold me on Blackwood a little bit more. I mean, I always believed in the guy. He was on Canada's short 6-man list to be one of their goalies for the Team Canada team if we would have ended up going to the Olympics. That's the report that came out. I'm sure you can assume the other usual suspects that were also on that list with him. But, to miss so much time and still be – I'm pretty sure he just got tied with Nico Dawes in wins. Like, it took that long for another goalie to tie him in wins, and he hasn't played in over 3 months. So, I believe in the guy. I want to believe in him. I hope he goes out there and takes it. I really, really do, because that would make the Devils appear much higher in the standings. There's a lot of work to go with the rest of the team, I'm sure you would agree, but it all starts – this franchise has started from the back end out from the days that you were playing with them.
Well, you think of Tampa Bay. You think of any of the winning teams. You got to have the guy between the pipes. I mean, the Rangers, I don't know how good they are. I mean, they're good. They're good. They deserve to be in there. But Shesterkin puts them at a higher level. Because quite honestly, what you got have to have goalies win games. Then you got to have the team win the games for the goalies sometimes when they're struggling. And we haven't had that. You know what I mean? The goalie and the team really feeding off each other because of the injuries. What do we have? 7 goalies this year, you guys? You're not going to win with that. But here's what I'll do. I'll be on next year. If Mackenzie Blackwood does not come and be a different goalie next year, I will go to him and I'll say, Mackenzie, you lied to me. Then you might not see me because I'm going to get a fist maybe, right? No, but my point is, he told me that it was going to be different next year. And you know how you can tell? It just happened yesterday, even in the press box at Raleigh. And you'll see it tonight. And I think you know how everybody matures differently. Sammy wasn't that mature at 17, like you and I, Vinny. Like we were very mature. Like Sammy was a late mature.
No.
But I'm just saying, we forget now because these kids are coming in at 19 or 20, they should all be at the same place between the years and other areas. No, I mean, McKenzie's 25, and I think he's finally realized, hey, I can be really good in this league, and that's what you need.
You just
Let
restored
me ask you
confidence in me.
Well, good.
Well, if you think about it, sorry to interrupt, Vinny, but
No, go ahead.
I talked about it a couple podcasts ago, and I wrote this in Pucks. It'll be on probably tomorrow or Sunday. The pinnacle of this season was in Tampa, 8-5-3, coming back and being the Tampa Bay Lightning in that fashion, and the Utica Comets taking the AHL by storm. I mean, at that moment, we were all on this high like you wouldn't believe. And then it started to creep up, and then December, and then January. But there were a couple good games in there, like beating Colorado, coming back.
Yeah, that was an exciting one. Well, the Devils fans are so resilient. You guys know that. I mean, just every game that's like a riveting game, like the Colorado game, or you beat Tampa Bay. Yes, but we're not that far away. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Four of our top 6 forwards, and you look at every team in the NHL that are in the playoffs. You will judge them on their top 6. That's just the way the game is. You can't have 1 or 2 guys up there. You got to have top 6 forwards. We have top 4. The one that I'm hoping for is Sharon Govich, but he scored his 25th goal. So, I mean, that's not bad. He made a jump, but we've got 4 bona fide top 6. I think Jack Hughes can be special, and Nico. So we get one, maybe Holtz, but we get 2 more. We got our top 6. Then our middle line, the third line, I'm not sure how that's going to shake out. Fourth line, I was talking to Mikey McLeod last night on the plane. He's starting to get it going. Bastian is legit. We're going to have a really good fourth line. So then we go to the critical part for me, and that's the defense. We need game impact players on defense. We do, and we haven't gotten that this year. We haven't. Playing okay, but who's been our go-to, guys, follow me, I'm going to take control? We just haven't had it.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
completely
stopper?
agree.
Who?
Like a stopper on
Well, like
defense?
a leader that's saying,
Mhm.
I'm going to, well, you guys know what an impact player is. You can go out there and just be neutral. I didn't get beat. I didn't do anything much offensively. I didn't take any risks to try and make the difference in the game, but I played okay. That's not going to get you there. So it starts with the mentality. And I mean, I was hoping that Dougie Hamilton would have brought more of that. I know the injury has really thrown him, but I'm saying, okay, I'll cut you slack. Like I say, I'm more than a fan. I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna say what isn't true. Dougie Hamilton, you can't bring this and think that we're gonna make the playoffs. You're our go-to guy. You got to bring a lot more next year than what you brought this year. And yes, you got a broken jaw. A lot of people get injured. It's like falling off a horse. You get healed, get back up there, let's go. And maybe it was a transition for him. He played in a safe environment there in Carolina. They had Slavin. They had a couple other D. He wasn't the focal go-to guy. Here he is. And that's an adjustment. But, okay, we gave you 1 year. But, like, next year, you got to have it in that heart that you along with, here's the way I look at it. Hughes, Hischier, Hamilton, those 3, and Blackwood. They got to be the core of 4 that say we're leading this team. We're not going to let guys be passengers. They're going to be involved, or they're going to be held accountable. That's what you need on every winning team. You've got that, and that starts with the culture changing by having some guy. Nico Hischier, he'll stand up in the dressing room, and Jack. Now the 2 of them. Now they got some strength. If Dougie Hamilton will join them, and I'm going to work on McKenzie. I've told him already. McKenzie, if you play well, you got a voice in the room. If you don't, just keep your mouth shut. But if you're playing well, because it's not like you're being critical. Everybody says, oh, you don't want to be critical. No, it's encouragement by accountability, right? Everything in life, you got to be accountable. I mean, and that's why I love our fans. I mean, I'm out here, we're having a fan fest outside, and, they're just so loyal, and they're making excuses for some of the players. And I'm saying, no, you're not going to win. The players are nice guys, but we got to put pressure on them to bring more next year. And, of course, we all know that, but I'm really confident again. Every year at this time, though, Vinnie and Sammy, like you guys, I'm hopeful for next year. I really am.
Yeah, and when I think of next year, I do feel a similar amount of hope, Chico. I mean, we hope Alexander Holtz makes the team out of camp and starts scoring some goals right away. We've seen Nolan Foote make an impact. He had a really nice pass to Jesper Bratt last night in Raleigh. His shot has been outstanding. Some of these Utica guys, it seems like the culture's nice down there, and they're bringing it up a little bit. Sometimes I love Sharon Govich. I think Sharon Govich is outstanding. He had a really tough start to the season. He could have scored 35 goals had he just had a mediocre start to the season. That's my personal opinion. I think the guy's outstanding. And, when I think of next year, that's what comes to mind. February 1st and forward version of Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. Mackenzie Blackwood as confident as you claim that he seems to be. That's outstanding to hear. All of it, when you put it all together, you could be at minimum a bubble team next year.
Oh, absolutely, Vinny. Here's a question, though. I'm wondering what you guys think. How about Fabian Zetterlund? Have you liked him?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like him. We've interviewed him a few times. He's
how do you feel about
shot first. Huh?
With Utica, some of those guys coming up, it seems like I said, the culture down there seems outstanding. They're winning a bunch. That always helps. And they come up and they're like, oh, well, we're not part of the losing culture. We're good. We believe in ourselves. And a lot of them have scored or put up points, and they're in their arrival in the NHL.
I believe in some of that, Vinny. I talked to Riley Walsh. They got a really good team, but I'm not jumping on bandwagons. He was giving me the lowdown on who they're going to play. They got some tough opponents in the playoffs. No, I like Nolan Foote, but am I slotting him in as a regular next year? No, I'm not. Holtz, I think they'll give him a chance. But here's what I'm saying. Zetterlund has proven down there, and when he's come up, he's shooting the puck. There is a big difference to being successful in the American League, and that's a good training ground. And you want guys there. Remember when the Devils were winning? You could call guys up, and they maybe weren't going to be full-time NHLers, but they could make an impact when they came up. I mean, there's different levels. But we don't need that many forwards. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to need one. I don't know. Do you think Boquist deserves a chance next year to be the third-line center?
I certainly think he deserves the opportunity to show that he can be a forward in the NHL. I mean, the last 10 or so games, he's been right there amongst the top scorers on the team, goals and assists, especially goals. But the thing I've liked about Boquist, he had that goal where he made that nifty move around the defenseman. And then there's also the goal, I believe it was against Buffalo, where he's just hanging around the crease, Zach Parise style, and just banks in rebounds. And so the guy scoring goals in multiple different ways, I appreciate that from a young kid like that.
No, I agree, Vinny and Sammy. He's made a jump. So I'm just saying, you got the five guys, if you include Sharon Govich. You're going to have Boquist. I think you're going to – I'm fine with him being third-line center. Now we're going to need two third-line wingers. Pavel Zacha, I don't think – his future is long for the New Jersey Devils. I just think he needs a new environment. He needs to have a whole new outlook. But could Zetterlund be a third-line winger? I'm just saying we don't need that many guys. If you bring Holtz up, you know what I mean? And maybe you got Thomas Tatar. I mean, he's got another year, so you're going to have to slot him in. I mean, the forward positions are pretty filled. I would hope, though, that Sharon Govich and Bratt, we need some guys to get into the 30-goal range. Like 25's fine, but we need the 35-goal scorer. And that can all happen if the power play functions better. They're going to be more experienced. So I'm really encouraged of our front line, the forwards, and I'm encouraged with the goalie. It's that defense. Do you trade Damon Severson? PK Subban probably not coming back. Ty Smith is on a bubble, right? I mean, let's be honest. I like Siegenthaler. Who else am I missing? Ohochuk is interesting. Graves and Hamilton are going to be back. There's going to be some free agents that you can get for maybe $3 or $4 million that are solid. I mean, Damon's going to want $6-7 million, and with his stats this year, going to be hard to argue. Ohochuk he's such a gamer, but I got to see his positioning because he's a jackrabbit. I mean, he's really quick, and that's good at times, but don't start running around and give up that good ice. So, I mean, we're in pretty good shape, but I would say if we could get one, like, bigger, more of a power forward who could score, and they're hard to find. Where do you get them, right? We're missing that.
Look how the success of Bastian on the power play. Just a big guy. He's physical. And look all the goals that he scored up front.
Like 12 goals. Yeah, I mean, he's fourth. He's going to be fourth line. Yeah. But, I mean, Fiala's going to be available because the Wild can't sign him. Now, he's a streaky scorer. He's up into the 30s, but smaller guy. So I don't know. I'm just going to throw a name out like Tkachuk, some bigger winger that has an edge. But do you know there's 30-some teams? Well, let's see. The teams that have those guys aren't looking. But, there's 25 teams looking for those guys. So they're hard to find. But, I mean, in my dream world, that would be great if the Devils could get this bigger power for. Because it's not that we're small, but we could be a little bigger on the wings.
Yeah, a little bit meaner, too.
Well, that's exactly. You need a leader that's got an edge. I mean, it's no surprise Blake Coleman won 2 cups. Now we got a nice contract in Calgary. Mm-hmm. They're in first place. I'm not saying he's the only reason, but, he brings that edge you're talking about, Vinnie.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he fits Daryl Sutter's whole system that they got going on there just perfectly. But I think I've said this a couple times on the show. I wish I could go to an NHL hockey store and just buy the Devils a Tkachuk. Well, either one of them, because they're mean, they're big, they're skilled, and it makes me think of what Jamie Benn once was for the Dallas Stars. Just a big, mean guy who can create plays for other, make his line mates around him better, score goals himself. I'm with you, Chico. A nice power forward would be outstanding. Maybe there'll be one in the draft that they could find.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, the thing is, I don't know all the free agents. I don't know all the salary cap issues. Some teams like Minnesota they'd like to re-sign Fiala, but cap-wise, they're not going to be able to do it. So he's going to be available. And I don't know who else on the wings are available. But we're in real good shape down the center. And like I say, I guess I say this, but more this year than ever. I'm going to do this one more year. That's probably going to be it. And I said to Mackenzie, I just want to see us make the playoffs. I want to see you dominate before I leave. Okay, next year. He promised me. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to hold him to it. And if we can slot in a couple of the right guys, I mean, I like, Holtz. But Holtz isn't a big guy. I'm not saying you have to have a bunch of big guys. I just want one more top 6, bulky, heavier winger that can score 30 goals. But again, so does Tommy Fitzgerald. So do 25 other teams. But we're in pretty good shape, and Mackenzie Blackwood could be the game changer if he gets some help. We can't play as loose defensively as we did. He is no better on backdoor plays than every other goalie. There isn't a goalie in the league, even Shesterkin or Vasilevsky, that gets those backdoor plays. If that's what you're going to give up, there isn't a goalie alive that's going to bail you out of that. But it's the ones that are, out in front here and stuff. And so, yeah, it's encouraging.
Chico, I caught a nugget. You're coming back next year?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see us
Me
make the
too.
play. Just down in Carolina, the buzz before the game. That was nice weather. They're tailgating. 18,000 people in the building.
Mm-hmm.
They're buzzing, not for last night's game, the last game of the season, but they knew the playoffs were coming.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, when we're fans, I want to brag. I want to brag about our team, right? But if you're not making the playoffs, not much to say. So, I mean, that's not the only reason, but I just want the Devils to, recapture. And there's going to be some good years coming up. There is. But why does it have to be 2 years or 3 years from now? Why can't it be next year?
Yeah, I agree with you. I see a jersey in the background there that made me think of a player that we didn't even mention when talking about a big, physical, mean player, Miles Wood. Where do you think he fits into this whole thing?
Oh,
I was about to ask that.
No, great. That's a great. You got Bolquist at third line centerman, and you got Miles Wood as your third line winger, who's going to do it because he was just coming. That would be great. And then if you had a shooter like Zetterlund, I'm just saying, I could live with that. Woody springs pucks on the forecheck. Bolquist can make passes. Zetterlund firing the puck. That could be a really good line. Good catch there, Vinnie, because I keep forgetting because he was out all year. But Woody's the ace in the hole but he's got to get healthy. I think he will be. From everything I've heard, it wasn't like it was a reoccurrence. It just was sore and tired because he had been away. So it's another good asset the Devils have.
Yeah, and it's not like he's a guy that just quietly comes back either. He was running and bumping when he got back and all that. So
Yeah.
I said to him, Woody, he hit some guy, and then I forget which game it was, and then this other guy was going to get in front of him. He didn't challenge him, but Woody just pushed him aside, get out of my way. You know what I mean? And last night, here's the way the game has gone and the way people expect. Okay, last night in the second period, or no, it could have been the third, first or third, doesn't matter. But Mikey McLeod, he nails Niederreiter in the left corner. Just a gorgeous clean hit. So bang, McLeod starts to leave. Niederreiter's mad. You can't hit me. We don't hit anymore in this situation. It's behind the play. He chops McLeod. They go up, then they come together at the blue line. Mikey went at him again. I'm thinking, if that set him off, can you imagine if we started playing with a little bit of an edge? Mm-hmm. You talk about what it does. It really gets players off their game, and then they get a little afraid. And it was a good reminder to me of how a physical game can still turn the course of games. And we haven't had that either, right, guys? We're not a physical team right now.
No, there were times they looked soft this season, and you'd like to see a turnaround in that aspect for sure next year.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of good things. I mean, we haven't touched on the coaching. A lot of people. Here's what I don't want our fans to do. I know people are looking for quick fixes, but making a coaching change is not going to fix what we're talking about. These guys have worked hard. I don't know what they're going to do. You see in sports now a lot of times, you have a season like we do. They make some change in the coaching rank. You see it in football now. It's the offensive coordinator, whatever. So I would not say the Devils aren't going to maybe do something, but all I'm saying is even if they do not blame Lindy Ruff and his staff. Even the power play coach, Mark Recchi. I saw him play. I don't know if I played again. He was one of the best power play guys. Shoot the puck. Great movement. He's telling the guys, this is what you need to do. But if they don't shoot or they can't make the pass, is that on him? But that being said, you know how perception is. So I'm just saying, we haven't talked about the coaching staff, and I don't really have any insight in that. But I'm not blaming the coaches, but that doesn't mean they still might not try to give a perception that something's going to change next year. That's usually what teams do. So we'll see on that front as well.
Well, Chico, thank you so much for coming on again. Last time this season. Really appreciate what you've done for us and your insight. And now I feel so much better after last night's game.
Well,
Mackenzie
thank you.
Blackwood and Zetterlin. He's giving me hope. All the
Yeah.
Utica guys are just giving us hope because they have that winning mindset, and it seems like they're unfazed when they come up here at times.
Well, it's early. Don't get me wrong. They're only. I looked at Kevin Ball last night. Here's an example. Kevin played his 16th game. He came up with a lot of energy, right? Want to establish himself. But I'm telling you, I'm a truth teller. The last 3 or 4 games, I've seen him slip, getting caught out of position. He's not as intense. So I don't look at a guy coming up from Utica. I don't look at the first 15 games or 10 because they're going on adrenaline. I want to see from 15 to 30. That's now can you play? And I think Kevin's got it, but he's got to be reminded, you cannot do anything but be totally motivated. Nobody in this league is skilled enough. Maybe a few guys like, say, an Adam Fox can do his offensive things just because he's so skilled. Mm-hmm. But if you're a defensive player, you can't do it just on like half-hearted effort, just being kind of up for the game. Are you guys doing the post-game show?
Yeah.
Because I want you guys to talk, and I'll text Sammy. I can't get on. But you guys can say, Chico Blackwood, what were you thinking? Or, Chico, you were right about Blackwood. He was really excited last night to play tonight. And, I'll leave you with this. I sense when I talked to him after the Ottawa game that Blackie hasn't done it. He didn't know if he could do it. I've been injured so long. I wasn't sure. Like, I can tell somebody, hey, no, you're good. You can do it. But he's got to have done it, and he's got to have believed it. And I don't know if Mackenzie's gotten to that point yet, but I think he's hungry to get there. And I thought he had a good game against Ottawa. And then if he has another one tonight, we can, I'll text you guys.
Okay. All right.
Well, Vinnie, you take care. Enjoy the playoffs in Chicago. The Hawks. Oh, no. Sorry. No playoff for the Hawks.
No playoffs for anything Vinnie Parise related anytime soon. But you know me, I'll be right back, ready to go in training camp with these Devils. That's what I do. So I'm excited. And Chico, thank you again for all your help this season and meeting you in person and over the interwebs here. It's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you very much.
Keep up the good work, Vinnie. Thank you. And Sammy, you guys got a good thing going here. And I know we can only imagine what this show would be like if we start winning. Woo! So let's go with that. Take care, Vinnie. Right. Sammy.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
We'll be in touch.
Okay, thank you. Yep. See you, everyone. Have a good summer.
That's Chico Resch leaving the building, going back. Thank you, Chico. That's Chico Resch. Love him. And we got a nugget out of it. He's coming back next year.
Yeah,
he won't leave.
That's outstanding. Hey, we don't want him to leave.
Because he believes in this team. He believes in this team. And he wants to be part of it and get a taste of winning.
Absolutely. Hey, that was one of the best shows we've done. I think we ended really strong. Chico's outstanding, and that was a lot of fun.
Look how far we've come, Vinny. Remember opening night? We broke 3 cameras here at Taj Lounge 973. We were only on for about 11 minutes.
Yep. And it was the laggiest 11 minutes you'll ever see, too.
Yeah. And then you are the only podcaster I know in the history of New Jersey Devils podcasts that can say Chico Resch filled in for you because you couldn't come on.
Well, that's probably like the craziest game that the Devils played this season too. That just absolute trouncing of the Florida Panthers, who just clinched the President's Trophy yesterday. Like that was unreal. That was a great season, and it was my pleasure to be a part of this whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Vinny, last but not least, predictions. What are your predictions?
I'm riding with Chico. Okay. Chico made the blood pump through my veins like it's never has before. Probably since Game 6 of the 2012 Stanley Cup Final, when the Devils were down 3-2 to Los Angeles, and I thought they had a chance. I'm going to go with a Mackenzie Blackwood shutout and beating the Detroit Red Wings by a final score of 3-0.
You took my prediction. I swear to you.
Take it with me.
I will say 8-0 New Jersey. 8-0 New Jersey.
Imagine.
Give the fans something to cheer about. Mackenzie Blackwood, Mac Black with the shutout. He's going to be like, fans, I was just hurt this season. I'll be back. Mac Black will be back. He's confident. You heard it from Chico Resch. Chico Resch will be back next season on Devils Hockey Network. Vinnie, this has been a great ride with you, Game Day Live. 82 straight podcasts of Game Day Live, no matter what the conditions were, whether it's in the car, losing internet, going solo, forgetting the equipment like last night. It didn't matter, but we did it. Yeah, moving, all sorts of stuff. Want to thank Taj Lounge 973. T, thank you so much this season, taking care of our fans when they're here, Game Day Live. We've got a lot in store for this program. We've got some outside help coming next season. We've got some new technology next season. We've got all sorts of shenanigans next season. But also, remember, the Let's Go Devils podcast, there is no off season. We'll be following the Utica Comets. We'll be following the draft. We'll be following free agency at a town near you. Vinnie, thank you so much. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I hope this is like that one season finale a couple years ago. You might remember they played the Maple Leafs. Pavel Zacha's first career NHL game. He got a point. Elias got one in his final goodbye. Palmieri needed 2 to get 30. He got them. Henrique needed 1 to get 30. He got it. Let's have a game like that. I give everyone what they need. Let's go Devils.
Yep, let's go Devils. Let's go Devils. And you heard Chico before. Don't blame the coaches on this one. And I'm telling you, I'm sticking to my guns right now. Keep them all to the end of next season. A couple tweaks need to be made. If Mac Black comes back and Nico Dawes has another year under his belt, this could be a scary team with goaltending and a good defense. And maybe Zetterlund will be that power forward. You never know. Miles Wood being healthy. But we've got Game 82, Devils Detroit. Enjoy the game, everybody. Till next time, let's go Devils.